everyone. And in today's video slash live stream, I wanted to talk about how there are quite a bit of women with children, some who may have been married but may currently either be divorced or may have had a husband to pass away, therefore are widows. If not that, uh, excuse me, quite a bit of them who never ever have been married before, yet and still call themselves package deals, so to speak. Because how many of you usually may look at the Kendra G show, and from time to time, anytime you may see a female, mostly black, who may appear on the show, and it never also fails how so many of them who come on her show are always single mothers who have never been married before. Now, don't get me wrong, some may have been proposed to here and there only to deny their the engagements. Anytime a guy may have been willing to marry them. Anyways, every now and then you may, if Kendra G may ask either one of her guests from time to time, why should a guy be interested in dating them? They may come out and say off the rip how they're a quote unquote package deal due to how they're a single mother, and they look at that the way I see it, they compare that as in, imagine people having a phone through the dealer or through the retail or phone company. I'm trying to say T-Mobile, and you go to a store, either go to a store to buy the newest Samsung Galaxy phone or iPhone, and it just so happened the seller may want to, hi, you make, thanks for joining the live. Hi, Joe G. Rardot. And if I mispronounce your name, my apologies. Anyways, you may happen to, while purchasing either the newest Samsung phone or Apple phone, Apple slash iPhone, you may get offered also a tablet along with the service, the cable service. Okay, thanks for joining, Mr. Joe. How about that? Anyways, you may happen to, while trying to get a phone through T-Mobile, you may be offered by the seller a tablet. On top of that, you may also get offered some earbuds along with the phone and tablet. And then you may get offered something else. Possibly you may be asked if you would like to enroll in T-Mobile's newest internet service plan, which the seller may call as a package deal. And when I put this into perspective, that's how a lot of women, modern day women at that, who are single mothers, may look at themselves as a package deal, but in another sense, due to how they already come with a ready-made family, and therefore they expect, first and foremost, due to them being a female, having a female entitlement mentality, a lot of them also may, second of all, expect for a guy to be willing to not only accept them, first and foremost, but their kids as well. Because for some of you guys who may have never, may have dated women with kids from previous relationships before, guys who may not have kids of your very own, how many times, guys, admit it, have you been told by a single mother, if you can't accept her kids? No, I don't play Roblox. I hardly ever play any video games at all, Mr. Joe. But fellas, for all my fellas who may have happened to date single mothers, guys who may not even have kids of your very own, how many times have you said or been told by the single mother you may have dated, if you can't accept her kids, then you don't need to be talking to her? It happens quite often. These are the same exact women who may consider them as quote unquote, okay, I really appreciate that for Jordan. But how many of you, what was I trying to say before I got distracted? But go ahead and subscribe to my channel, Mr. Joe, because I really would appreciate it. And make sure you also share this live stream. Make sure you also comment as well after the live stream. I see your commenting during the live stream. Okay, I appreciate that. That's what's up. And anyways, it never fails. These women, a lot of these modern day women, specifically in the 20 and 30 something age bracket, always are considering themselves a package deal, so to speak, due to how, once again, they're already a single mother, and which means they already come with a pre-made family or ready-made family. And most of them in that case are always expecting for a guy, even if they may happen to be a single mother who's unemployed but may get governmental assistance. These same exact types of single mothers may happen. I never have played it, Mr. Joe. You have to walk me through it. It may be something I need to look into. Anyways, these same types of women who claim, single mothers who claim to be package deals, are always the main types who are always desiring men who have to make $100,000 a year, and in most cases between $100,000 a year to $500,000 a year. These are the same types of women who, if I guarantee you, they didn't happen to be in the same type of predicament they may currently be in, whereas they may have had kids in most cases by guys who just happen to get them pregnant, and then after getting them pregnant, leave them, abandon them to raise their kids all on their own. These are the types of women, if they weren't in those same types of predicaments, wouldn't dare desire a man of that nature, a man who may have happened to be very successful. On top of that, these are the same types of women who get with the most bottom of the totem pole men that choose to get them pregnant. Guys, in most cases, who even much can't find jobs due to a lot of these guys who they choose always being convicted felons. Or if they do make, if they are, able to find work, these same types of guys who they choose, the same types of guys who may have done prison time or currently are doing prison time, they make a fine work, but it's always a dead-end job. You know, a job, for instance, working on the back of a sanitation truck, picking up trash in a local neighborhood. If not that, a job working at a call center, because I read a recent study about how guys that are usually felons, how they contribute to a lot of these companies by the likes of Verizon, by the likes of McDonald's, Starbucks, Victoria's Secrets, profiting like they do. And as I was reading the study, it was saying, I remember reading how there are call centers, Verizon call centers, that usually may have the guys that may have done prison time working in them, how they contribute, they play some type of role in dealing with those types of companies. I don't quite remember. Let's go. I love this stream. So, anyways, what I'm saying is these same types of women who claim to be a package deal are some of the main ones who always want a guy to be able to accept, first and foremost, themselves, second of all, their kids, just because, once again, they may have a female entitlement mentality. On top of that, due to them having kids, in some cases, they may expect for a man to feel sorry for them, therefore want to be that much more willing to take both themselves in and their kids. Hi, Cosmo_nude. Did I pronounce it right? And that's no different than, when I look at it from this perspective, going to the dealership, the car dealership, and selling for a 2024 Tesla with all the exact kinds of features and amenities that your ideal Tesla should have for a lot of you who may like driving cars of that nature. Cars that are nowhere near cheap. Cars that usually range at on average 100,000 miles. Okay, go imagine going to the dealership, and after I use this analogy, I'll go ahead and end the stream, and selling for a 2024 Tesla, a car that's a 1 year old car and a very fancy upscale car at that. Being the exact kind of paint job, you always wanted your Tesla, ideal version of a Tesla, to be having all the fancy features and amenities on the inside, having the exact kind of horsepower you were wanting one. For a lot of you who may like cars that are much more sportier. Okay, thanks, Mr. Joe, once again for joining the live stream. Only for that 2024 Tesla to end up having 70,000 miles. Imagine how disappointed you will be, how slightly disappointed you will be once you found out that 1 year old Tesla happened to have 70,000, as many as 70,000 miles. Don't get me wrong, it's a very nice vehicle on both the outside and inside, very luxurious, very fast and sporty, but it has so many miles on it, in some cases more than 70,000 miles, to the point where you're more liable to have all kinds of major problems out of it anytime. Anyways, I compare that to selling for a woman, a single mother who may consider herself a package deal. Because for you guys who may happen to be currently dating a single mother, some of you same guys who may not have kids your very own, or even if you may have partaken in dating a single mother in the past, well, that's no different than selling for the 2024 Tesla I just mentioned. And with the more kids she has from more guys, the more problems you're looking forward to having by her. First and foremost, the more prone she is to having multiple STDs, the more drama you're looking to have between you and her kids. Because due to you being the stepfather of her kids, chances are they'll never ever respect you like they would their very own fathers. On top of that, it may come a case where if they may be either teenagers or older, they may want to engage in all kinds of fights or altercations with you. Especially you may happen to be a guy who may happen to put your hands on their mother. On top of that, you may have to, if not that, deal with their fathers, and especially their fathers may happen to be some of those toxic kind of hood guys who may have done all kinds of jail time or prison time, for instance, for either capital murder, aggravated assault, grand larceny and theft, kidnapping, just to name a few. Anyways, let me go ahead and end this live stream. Like always, before I end it for good, make sure to like, share, comment, last but not least, subscribe to the channel. And until next time, I'm out.